As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be an NFL quarterback. Oh shit, that song's copyrighted. Let me find some royalty-free music. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be an NFL quarterback. But my career was tragically cut short after I quit at age 14. Thus, I am forced to live out my dreams vicariously through the most popular video game at the time of my downfall. I fire up Madden 11 on the PS2 and go to the old Superstar mode. There's no shitty cutscenes with terrible voice actors like in the new Maddens, but I'll have to settle for just having fun, which I think is a worthy trade-off. I named my Superstar after Tony Del Vecchio, who you might remember as the rocket-armed Italian kid from my backyard football video. Tony lacks the prototypical quarterback size, but my main concern is that I can't get rid of these cornrows, which might not go over well in the locker room. I'm stuck in a crappy apartment, which I can certainly relate to, but my first move is to sign an agent. None of the good agents want anything to do with me.
It's anti-Italian discrimination.
So I'm forced to sign with Park Place. Park is an ironic name for a guy who's most likely not allowed within 100 yards of one. Park gets me a workout with the Packers, but it's a little strange. They've got me throwing at dummies while they shoot lasers at me. I'm no expert, but this has to violate the CBA, right? Despite the threat of bodily harm, I do pretty well in this drill, but this team has Aaron fucking Rodgers at quarterback, so I doubt they'll spend a pick on little old me. My next workout is with the Oakland Raiders, and they've got me throwing through floating rings like I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. Come to think of it, this is more rings than the Raiders have seen since the Reagan administration. I do pretty well in this drill too, which is concerning because the Raiders might actually pick me. Finally, I'm running the 40-yard dash for the Baltimore Ravens. I'm certainly no Lamar Jackson, but my 5.48 40 time gets me a gold trophy somehow. I guess they're grading me on the white curve. I go to an interview and I'm asked if I would throw my name in with Matthew Stafford and Mark Sanchez. Of course I'm better than Mark fucking Sanchez, but I choose to take the diplomatic approach. Next up, I take an IQ test. I'm no Ryan Fitzpatrick or anything, but I score a pretty solid 90%, which is good, especially for Tony, who probably got his first concussion at the age of 10. Next up is the Combine in Indianapolis, and to be honest, I don't do so hot. I don't know if it's the pressure of 32 teams watching me or I just suck at this, but I can see my draft stock plummeting like it's an NFT. It's finally draft day, and Tony isn't in the green room. He's back home at his parents' pizzeria in Brooklyn. We have to do a lot of waiting, but it's hard to be mad when great players like Mark Sanchez, Aaron Curry, and Josh Freeman are all taken ahead of you. Nearly 3.5 rounds pass, but Tony finally hears his name and... oh shit, it's the Lions. The bad news is Tony is a Detroit Lion. The good news is that he looks pretty good in Honolulu blue, especially after I give him one of those early career Peyton Manning face masks and a sweet visor. I mean, all the great quarterbacks wear visors. I take Tony to the barber shop, where he trades his cornrows for a fresh mullet. Now he's a real scumbag Italiano.
You motherfucker. You motherfucker.
I'm in a position battle with first overall pick Matthew Stafford, and I'm really going to have to perform during camp to win the job. Unfortunately, this is how my first snap goes at practice. I get absolutely lit up, which I thought you weren't supposed to do to quarterbacks in practice. For once, I wish I had Josh McDaniels in my corner. I'm a quick learner, and I pick up the most important lesson for a Lions quarterback. Throw the ball to Calvin Johnson. I start to figure things out, and I ultimately wrestle the job away from Stafford. Our first game is against the Bears, and you might remember this game in real life for a very special reason. You know, Lions fans, if this clip makes you want to put a brick through your screen, I understand. The game kicks off, and the Lions call back-to-back run plays to ease me into the action. Our running back is Kevin Smith. I'm not a big fan of his movies, but he's picking up good yardage on the ground. I get my first chance to throw the ball, but I clam up and throw a little dinker to the fullback that eventually loses yards. On second down, I get absolutely leveled, but it's okay because I remember rule number 1 and throw the ball to Calvin Johnson. This ball control offense is nice and everything, but Tony Del Vecchio is a gunslinger at heart. So on the very next play, I decide to go for the kill. Tony loads up and throws a rainbow to who else but Calvin Johnson for his first NFL touchdown pass. His parents are back at home at the pizzeria, crying marinara tears of joy as their son accomplishes a huge milestone. The Lions get the ball back and Tony is facing his first 3rd and long. He zips a pass right in front of linebacker Brian Urlacher, and Brandon Pettigrew picks up the first down. If it feels pretty cocky for a rookie quarterback to pick on a Hall of Famer in his first game, it is. I have another 3rd down in the second quarter, and I throw right at that bitch Urlacher again. Unfortunately, the drive stalls, and I'm unable to string together any more good series until the second half. It's the 4th quarter. The Lions are now trailing by 5 points, and the Bears are showing blitz. Tony evades pressure to his right and gets leveled as he lofts a perfect ball to Clerks director Kevin Smith, who picks up a huge gain. I don't know how this doesn't get flagged for roughing the passer, but this would have been a 5-year suspension if it was 2022. Tony throws a frozen rope to the sideline, and now we're knocking on the door of the goal line, ready to take back the lead from the Bears. Tony boots out to his right and throws a perfect touchdown pass to Brandon Pettigrew. The Lions are about to win a close game, which means hell will soon freeze over and Jay Cutler will start carrying. We miss on the 2-point conversion, but the Lions defense gets us the ball back with a 1-point lead and under 4 minutes to go. I'm not wasting any time, however, and I remember rule number 1. Throw the ball to Calvin Johnson. Tony loads up and goes for a home run ball. Megatron hauls it in on the right sideline, gets into the end zone, and as Packers announcer Wayne Larrivee would say, "There is your dagger!" In Tony's first game as a pro, he's thrown 3 touchdowns and slain the mighty Bears in Chicago. There's only one play left, and it's the best play in football. The Lions are celebrating a little too hard for a regular season win, like a full team of Jim Harbaughs. We go to leave the field and, hold on, is that Cousin Sal from the Jimmy Kimmel Show? Our next game is the home opener against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm hoping that Tony gets a little jolt from playing in front of the home crowd, and to no one's surprise, he comes out slinging. Tony hits future TV star Nate Burleson on his very first pass of the game. On 3rd down and 1, Tony finds fullback Jerome Felton D's nuts and moves the chains. A couple plays later, Tony tries for an early kill shot to Megatron, but it's picked off by Asante Samuel, who actually holds onto the ball this time. Unfortunately, the only thing worse than Tony's pass is his tackle attempt. Despite the turnover, you can't keep a good man down for long, and Tony follows up the interception with a couple of pinpoint passes on the next drive. Tony decides to take off and run on 2nd down, but he doesn't slide and fumbles the ball, fortunately, out of bounds. I'm not sure how the Eagles didn't recover it, but I remember Tony is Italian and therefore secretes garlic butter onto the ball. With luck on our side, it's time to take a shot. Tony uncorks a bomb to Nate Burleson, who's down at the goal line. I'm not sure how this isn't a touchdown, but I remember we're the Lions, and the refs hate us, so that pretty much explains it. Despite the anti-Italian discrimination from the refs, Tony calls his own number and scores his first rushing touchdown. For some reason, he does an "I can't hear you" taunt to his own home crowd, but common sense isn't Tony's forte. It's already 14-0 in the second quarter, but we keep throwing the ball and laying it on the Philadelphia Eagles. Tony's accuracy is a sight to behold, like the Mona Lisa itself. Unfortunately, a promising drive stalls, and on the next possession, Tony is sacked in the shadow of his own end zone. Even though we're up 2 touchdowns, the Lions fans are booing me, but I think it's out of reflex, so I forgive them. It's now the second half, and we haven't taken a shot to Calvin Johnson in a while, and I'm itching like that forehead meme guy. So Tony cocks his arm and throws a beautiful pass to Megatron. Kevin Smith chases Amy all the way to the end zone, and the Lions have a 3-touchdown lead over the Eagles. On the next drive, Tony runs again, and for some reason, the Lions fans start booing me once again. I guess they really don't want me to get hurt, which I understand because I'm already the best quarterback in Lions history. We're still Detroit, and victory is never certain, so I take another shot deep. This time to our other Johnson, Bryant Johnson. Yes, I have 2 Johnsons. This is probably the best pass anyone has ever thrown in a video game, but I'm too humble to make a big deal about it. Javid Best races for a touchdown on the next play, and the Birds are officially cooked. It's a decisive 24-point victory at home, and somehow the Detroit Lions have started the season 2-0. That's all for today. If this video gets enough views or likes, I'll keep stirring the sauce, but if not, I'll have to do it like Billy Bats, if you catch my drift.